Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylee and I hope you have been writing. So in my last video, I actually gave you a very detailed update on my writing process and kind of where I'm at with all the projects I've been working on. I just wanted to give you a little bit more information, I guess, if you want it. But first off, I wanted to give you an exciting announcement. I am actually going back to school starting next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm applying to a teaching credential program in March. So that means I would go back to school around June, July, because I would need to do some prerequisite classes. But anyways, all of that to say that I am actually hoping to go back to school and I'm hoping to become a teacher in the next couple of years. So that means a lot of my extra time has been spent studying for the CBEST test because I need that to be able to start subbing and to be able to apply for my teaching credential program. We're still working on trying to get that test because COVID has made things fairly difficult over the last couple of months, and that doesn't seem to be getting any better. But so I've been studying very hard for that and avoiding reading, avoiding writing, kind of. Not really. I've been doing things where when I first started, this is book one. Sorry, my phone keeps texting. People want to talk to me right when I'm recording videos. But anyways, book one, draft three. While I was doing this and trying to go through it and edit it, what I would do is I would I'd edit one chapter a day, and that would be my goal, one chapter. And then as soon as I finished that one chapter, I would put this away, and then I'd pull out my study book and I'd start studying because math and I are not friends on any level. But because I know some of you will ask about how I edit and all of that, I wanted to give you a little update. This is how I edit. I print out the draft, and then I go through and I make edits. When I first started writing my nonfiction book, How Not to Be Just Another Freelancer, I actually printed out the first draft of my book and then wrote in another notebook the notes that I wanted to update and any spelling stuff. And now I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna mark the actual draft up because ain't nobody got time for extra notebooks. I'm already carrying around way too much. And if you watched my previous book or my previous video, you will know that I actually had a bunch of chapters that I missed putting in and needed to be updated for the entire chapter. So what I did, because as you can see this is spiral bound, I ended up printing out the extra chapters the one chapter I forgot, and then the chapter that needed to be updated completely. And I printed them out and I paperclipped them to the back cover of the book. And that's how I've been carrying it around, and that's how I've been editing. I know it seems a little bit wonky to do it this way, but I like having everything together. I really hated the fact that I didn't have that extra chapter in there, and I considered reprinting this, but I didn't want to pay for it because I'm cheap. So this was my solution, and honestly, it kind of gives the whole draft like that worn edited look, which I enjoy. I've got some post-it notes up here too, which give me, you can see, these are the notes that I need for books 2 through 4, so it just reminds me of we're going to come back to this conference room and this is what it actually looks like. So that's my editing process for every single draft I go through. Print it out in something like this. This one I believe was printed through a local copy place that printed it. Books 2, 3, and 4 have been printed using Office Depot. It's like $12 per book. I know it's a little expensive, but honestly, at that point, I was just like, I just want it printed. I want it bound. I just don't want to deal with it. And I'm shaking you guys. Sorry. But I wanted it printed. I wanted to be able to go through it, and I wanted it to be done and copied and bound and covered and all of that. So I was willing to pay the extra money because I had enough. But that's a little bit about my editing process. That's a little bit about how I go through each one. I do have, this is draft 3, so I do have draft 1, 2, and 3 printed for this and bound. All of them are all my manuscripts and previous manuscripts are currently living in that little thingy right there. They're actually on the bottom shelf, so I don't want to pull them out for you because I'm lazy, but that's a whole different other thing. But that's kind of how I'm storing them for right now. I haven't thought about how I'm going to store them later on. I may end up getting just some boxes and throwing some stuff in there. We'll see. But that's a little bit about my editing process, a little bit about what my future is going to look like, and maybe why my writing and editing process aren't going to be as extensive as I'd hoped, because I'm doing studying or school work later on, hopefully, fingers crossed again. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Have a bright and colorful day, and keep writing. I have to remember my own tagline, catchphrase, end of video, sign off. Okay, we're gonna go now. Bye!